Girlfriend, girlfriend. Girlfriend, girlfriend, or kanojo mo kanojo in Japanese, is an anime series produced by Tetsuka Productions. Carrying a romance comedy as the main genre, the series premiered in summer 2021, which is adapted from a Japanese romantic comedy manga series written and illustrated by Hiroyuki. Set in the romantic lives of high school students, the story will follow an ordinary girl as she is faced by difficult choices. Naoya Mukai had recently begun a relationship with his childhood friend Sakisaki. Nagisa Minase, his classmate, decides to confess her feelings to him as well. Naoya decides to date Nagisa. They eventually live together with various conflicts that come along their romantic lives. Moreover, some other girls also come into their lives which make their lives more complicated. Girlfriend, Girlfriend is a romantic comedy which is interesting to watch. Next, number 6, Combatants will be dispatched. Cuts back to a comedy anime produced by GC Staff which premiered in spring 2021 with a total of 12 episodes. This fantasy anime series is adapted from a Japanese light novel series written by Natsume Akatsuki and illustrated by Kako Lanthanum. The story begins when the evil Kisaragi Corporations has decided to expand their operations to other Earth-like planets across the universe by sending special agents to spy. Combat Agent 6 and newly developed combat droid Alice are sent to a fantasy-like world and find themselves begin to spend more time together with various conflicts happen along the way. Next, number 5, Remake Our Life. Aired in summer 2021, Remake Our Life or Bokutachi no Rimake in Japanese is a romance drama adapted from a Japanese light novel series written by Nachi Kiyo and illustrated by Eretto. The story will follow a man as he wakes up and finds himself sent back to the past precisely when he graduated from high school. Hashiba Kyoya is an aspiring game developer, but things did not go well for him. His company went bankrupt until he lost his job. When he travels back to the past, Hashiba uses this chance to fix his life. Let's get to number 4, Hige wo Soru, Soshite Joshikyosei wo Hiro, or Higehiro, is a romance drama anime series which aired in spring 2021. It is adapted from a Japanese romantic comedy light novel series written by Sime Saba and illustrated by Buta. The story will follow an office worker as one day he meets a high school girl. Young handsome salaryman Yoshida meets high school girl Sayu Ogiwara and asks her to stay a night with him. As they live together under the same roof, various conflicts begin to happen from each of these characters. Next, number 3, Log Horizon and Taku Houkai. Aired in winter 2021 with a total of 12 episodes, Log Horizon and Taku Houkai is the third season of the Log Horizon series. It is adapted from Japanese novel series written by Mamare Touno and illustrated by Katsuhiro Hara. The story will still revolve around the game players as they are trapped inside the game they are playing with. And of course, it will still follow Shiroi as the main protagonist in this series. Here comes the number 2, Kemono Jihen. Aired in winter 2021, Kemono Jihen is a mystery action anime series which is adapted from a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by So Aimoto. Kobaji Inugami, a detective who specializes in the occult, arrives at a remote village in the Japanese countryside. He begins to investigate the strange, rare creature named Kemono. And of course, we have to mention number 1, Goto Ubun no Hanayome. Goto Ubun no Hanayome, or the Quintessential Quintuplets 2, is the second season of the Quintessential Quintuplet series, which previously aired in winter 2019. It is adapted from a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Meki Haruba. In the second season, the story will continue the journey of romantic lives of high school teenagers Fuutaro Uesuki as he becomes a private teacher for 5 young girls who are troubled about their mark. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, that's the best anime in 2021 part 3. Is there any of the list is your favorite? Or you have your own favorite? If you do, write in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video to your friends. That's it for today. Thank you so much and see you again on the next video. Bye bye!